clean your feet of dead skin. Oh, when people don't scrub their feet in the shower. Or really, like, not just feet, it's like the whole leg for a lot of people. They just let soapy water run down the legs and they're like, that's clean. Man, do you know how dead skin works? It is adhered to the outside. Yeah, AoE showering. They think that shit's gonna work. Dead skin is adhered to you, okay? When you scrape, yeah, if you scrape your nails along yourself and you get like some skin cells and things coming off, do you know what that is? It's not just dry skin cells. There's a oil on the top of your skin called sebum that you secrete, and it basically, this is gonna be so nasty. The skin that is loosening up, the skin cells that are dead, they stay stuck to you because they mix with the sebum and they turn into a slurry. They turn into a slurry that just stays on the outside of you, okay? And again, it's oil-based. It's oil-based. So just water touching you will not remove it. It is literally water resistant. Soap touching it will start to break down the outer bits of it, but it will not actually get in there without you scrubbing and moving it around so that you can mix all of that oil and whatever with a solution of water and soap. And those mixing together, it starts to all break down. It can then all come off, right? Yay. Never say slurry ever again. Well, now you have a disgusting visual and you'll be more likely to try and scrub it off. Because you know what? I feel like people don't understand. They'll look at their skin and it will look smooth enough and they think that that means that they've gotten the dead skin off, but you have not. You have not. Or you know those little bumps that people get on like the backs of their arms and legs, those like tiny little bumps that feel like it's keratosis pilaris, KP, but what do people call it? It doesn't feel like goosebumps, but a little bit almost without the actual effect of goosebumps. Those bumps are there because it's just that stuff not being scraped off that your skin grows over. It's extra. I hate when people call it chicken skin. That's a new term and I don't like it. People started calling it that within the last 5 years on social media and it bothers me and I don't know why. I don't know. So people started calling it chicken skin and I was like, stop it. Stop. It's keratosis pilaris. Just call it KP, man. It's just KP. Is that permanent? It can go away over time if you keep exfoliating the area. But yeah, it grows over. Yeah. Basically, yeah, kill points. Yeah, so you have this disgusting slurry, right, of oil and dead skin cells. And as new fresh skin cells underneath that are kind of growing, some of that gets trapped under it or in pores or clogs them or whatever, and the skin ends up growing over it. So those bumps are just trapped dead skin cells and sebum. That's what those bumps usually are. If it's keratosis pilaris, a lot of the sebum will dissolve out, kind of get reabsorbed, and then it will just be like keratin that's kind of left over for the most part. But that's from those dead skin cells. It's just keratin that's left. Because the other stuff, the body does reabsorb a little bit. And then if it's just keratin, that's like a hard little pellet almost, right? Think of it like hair. That same protein will just kind of compact, and it's like a tiny little pellet of just keratin and a little bit of other stuff stuck under there that your skin just grew over. And that's why it's actually hard to get rid of it. Or not hard, but like you have to be consistent. You have to keep scrubbing that area over and over. But yeah, please scrub. Please scrub. Now then again, those things are just cosmetic, if I'm being honest. They're probably not going to cause you any real health issues. So it's a choice. It's a choice. If you don't exfoliate and you get a bunch of KP all over, you're not going to die from it and you're not going to have any issues from it, most likely. But it just looks the way it looks. And if you don't like that bumpy look and you want like smooth looking skin, you just have to actually repeatedly go through and scrub all that. It's treatable with some creams. They help. You have to physically exfoliate on top of doing that though. Yeah. A lot of the time those creams and things, they're filled with AHAs, alpha hydroxy acids, which kind of go into the surface layer of skin and break a lot of that stuff down. So what you do is you expose your skin to those acids, kind of let them sit there and you know, repeatedly let them have some time on that skin. It'll slowly weaken a lot of that and loosen it up. And then the next time you scrub, more of that stuff will come off. So you kind of do both in tandem. But don't overdo it because your skin will be a little sensitive from the exposure to those acids, the AHAs. And you don't want to like also then scrub the shit out of it too much. So you just kind of leave it, you know, like just lightly do it and do that in tandem and you'll be good. You'll be good. Don't forget your BHAs too. BHAs are so AHAs, alpha hydroxy acids, right? They're used in skincare, breaking down a lot of things within the skin cells themselves. and very, very surface level. They break down some of the oil and sebum as well. But they are larger acids, they're larger peptide chains. So they just kind of stay on the surface, which is good. You want to remove a lot of what's on the surface. And they are, the big thing is that they're water soluble. They're water soluble. So they tend to do more within and on the surface of an actual skin cell itself, because what's filling your cells? Water, right? The thing with BHAs is they're very similar, but they're smaller acid chains, typically, not all of them, and they are oil soluble. So what the BHAs do is they go into, if you have a pore, which pores are typically filled with oil and it's just slowly secreting out from the top and it's filling it more from the bottom, right? The BHAs will be able to sink into that pore and actually break down the oil that is in there, because again, it's oil soluble. It can dissolve into it. And that is why having both is pretty good, because it takes care of both issues. Hi, Chandra! How are you doing? I was just talking about AHAs versus BHAs in skincare as I just opened GTA. Hold on, I gotta do my lighting. I was just talking about it, but how you doing? Hope stream was